Welcome to another installment of Outside the Ring.
Wow, we're back together. We said we would be back together, and we are.
And now I'm on the phone,
and I'm in studio.
I like them apples now. Look at that.
Reminiscence of old times.
Now I'm at home, too, so I can ignore my neighbors here. I'm gonna try to do my best here. I'm the one, the only Jason. Murphy! Yes, I paid my rent. I can do what I want. Murphy. Alongside the one, the only Troy Stone Cold.
TNA sucks anymore.
Yep, Austin. Just when you thought it was getting good, they pull you back to sucking. Although, I don't know, I could at least see some positives in their company, unlike their counterpart at WWE.
Yeah. Well, here's the one big positive that I see in TNA is they can actually wrestle. They don't have anybody like John Cena.
That's a positive. That's a big positive.
Very
because
big.
It is wrestling after all.
Yes.
They don't tell very good stories, but wrestling is there.
Yes. And today basically we're just going to... Oh, wait, yeah, our shameless plugs. Go ahead.
Come on now. Hey, Outside the Ring #1 on Twitter. Facebook Outside the Ring, and our email.
OutsideTheRing316@gmail.com.
As you were saying.
Okay. Basically what we're going to do today is we're just going to go over No Surrender from Sunday from TNA.
Right.
It's that slow of a news day. We're covering a TNA pay-per-view.
That's pretty much it.
What we're going to do is just run down the card, and I'm just going to give you the winners, maybe a quick synopsis. Neither of us saw it, so we can't really comment on the matches. So
correct.
First match
looked like a good card.
Yeah, first match we had was Jeff Hardy and Samoa Joe in the semifinals for the Bound for Glory series. Jeff Hardy won. Surprise, surprise.
Go figure. Jeff Hardy beats Samoa Joe clean 2 times in 1 week.
Yeah.
He made him tap. Jeff Hardy made Samoa Joe tap out.
And it was with a modified crossface.
Yes. Samoa Joe, the master of the submissions, tapped out to a guy that's never used
the Samoan submission machine. Yeah, way to build that character, TNA. But and this kind of goes back to last year's Bound for Glory series where Joe had like no points whatsoever. They just completely screwed him, and they basically did the same thing here. And they made him look like crap by having him tap out to Jeff Hardy, of all people.
Yeah, I didn't understand that at all.
But anyway, the next match was Bully Ray and James Storm in the Bound for Glory series. Bully Ray wins. Okay, you need a face versus heel in the finals. That's a given.
I understand that.
Next match was probably the match that nobody was looking forward to at all. Tara versus Miss Tessmacher. And for those that don't know, Miss Tessmacher was Brooke in WWE, a part of Extreme Expose, whatever the hell it was.
Although I guess she's kind of improved.
She has improved, but she's still just awful.
Yeah. Tara had to carry the match. Basically.
Yes, Tara had to carry the match, and honestly, it's about time for Tara to give it up. She's starting to get sloppy in the ring. And next was Austin Aries calling out Aces and Eights. He was calling out the quote-unquote arm breaker who tried to break his arm a couple weeks ago, which, if you follow up on all this stuff at all, you'll know that it is former WWE talent Luke Gallows, a.k.a. Festus. And why? Why?
I don't know.
I mean,
I just hope the payoff of this whole Aces and Eights thing is going to be good.
Well, I know that there's...
If the leader is someone good, I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
if it's Jeff Jarrett, I'm pissed.
I know of 2 people that are in Aces and Eights, and that's Luke Gallows, and I know Chris Masters is in it, too.
He's got to be... Now, Masters has to be the biggest guy of them all.
No, if you're, like, muscular built, yeah, that's Masters, but height-wise, I'm pretty sure that's Gallows. Because he was a big guy.
I'm trying to figure out which one is which.
Yeah.
The leader, the guy that's always talking on TV with the Bane-looking Batman.
He's kind of short and pudgy.
Yeah, I don't know who that guy is.
No
I want to
idea.
know who he is.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But next match was Sanjay Dutt and Zema Ion, and Zema Ion won. Pretty sure that was for the X Division title.
I'm sure.
Didn't care about that match. Not a fan of either of them. Next match was Rob Van Dam versus Magnus, and this match kind of came out of nowhere from last week's Impact. Magnus just attacked RVD. Or no,
It was almost Yeah. It was almost like a WWE type of thrown together match.
Yeah.
It was kind of like Miz and Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. It came about when Magnus basically insulted RVD, and there's your match.
And that was it.
That was it. Next was Angle and Styles versus Kazarian and Daniels. Kaz and Daniels win.
Probably match of the night.
Yeah, probably. I didn't see it, so. But where did Angle come into play at all this?
Hogan wanted to basically even the teams out because AJ wanted to fight the tag champs by himself. So Hogan gave AJ the shot with Angle. I guess they were former tag champs not too long ago. But AJ should be feuding for the world title. I think AJ versus Austin Aries would be sick.
Yes, but they're probably
go ahead.
They're saving that for something big. I know they've got to be.
That would be genius, but I don't know. It depends who's booking over there. I don't know.
Exactly. And the main event match, the TNA title was not defended at all.
Yes, right.
The main event match was Bully Ray versus Jeff Hardy in the finals for the Bound for Glory series. This was for the #1 contender to Austin Aries.
Right.
And Jeff Hardy wins. Why?
You know, I know this is going to sound crazy, and I know a lot of people are going to think I'm nuts. I'd rather have seen Austin Aries against Bully Ray for the belt.
Why would you put two faces against each other?
Man.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
That, and like I said, why would you put Jeff Hardy, who is a face, against Austin Aries, who is a face? And Jeff Hardy just looks absolutely stupid with that face paint.
Yeah, the face versus face thing has never seemed to work out, other than a couple times. But usually you try to turn one of the guys heel.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Austin Aries be a heel because he's just now become a face, really. Jeff Hardy tried the heel thing, and it really didn't work that well in TNA. This is a bad move. I'll tell you, we talked off air. I thought what they should have did, and I like Austin Aries. He's probably one of my favorite wrestlers right now, even more so than CM Punk.
Definitely.
I know that's going to be kind of, oh my God, how do you like? I love CM Punk, but Austin Aries he's damn good, and if you've seen his work, he's just as good as Punk.
Yep.
Or Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. They should have. Bobby Roode was such a damn good champion. I thought he should have had the belt a little longer, and I thought James Storm should have won the Bound for Glory series.
Yeah.
That would have been the logical and smart booking decision to have James Storm and Bobby Roode main event Bound for Glory.
You see, that's
then you still could have had Austin Aries win the belt, the following pay-per-view.
You said it right there, though. That would
have been special.
You said it right there, though. That would have been the smart thing to do. When's the last time TNA ever did anything smart? Let us not forget the Claire Lynch storyline.
Yeah, we're going to bypass that. I still think James Storm's going to fight Bobby Roode, but it's not going to be as much.
Yeah, he will eventually.
It could be a Bound for Glory. They've taken Bobby Roode off television for a while.
Yeah.
But with all that said, let's get to one Jeff Hardy. I'm not going to say he's your version of Brodus Clay in TNA because Jeff can actually work.
I would rather watch Jeff Hardy than watch Brodus Clay.
Okay. But the problem with Jeff, couple things. Obviously, number one, he's in TNA, and he's in TNA for a couple reasons. This is all opinion-based. This is not fact.
Yes.
But Jeff Hardy has a history of screwing up. Not once, not twice, multiple times. He makes Randy Orton's record look like Nick Jr. Blue's Clues.
Oh, jeez.
Okay? Sesame Street. Jeff got away with a lot of stuff in WWE, and hence the reason he's really not there now.
Yeah.
They didn't want to take a shot to bring him back. He's in TNA. To my knowledge, they don't do drug testing. They could. I don't know.
When it comes to Jeff Hardy and WWE, he's too much of a liability for Vince. That's why he let him go.
Period. I mean, say what you want about WWE. You can say they suck all they want, blah, blah, blah. They have upped their game when it comes to testing with drugs.
Yes, they have. Except I still think, to this day think that Cena is exempt from drug testing. I seriously think the man is on roids.
I don't know.
I mean, just
I don't like to point the finger, but yeah, the guy is strong as an ox.
He's jacked. I mean,
he's always been a weightlifter. He was a football player, I think, at college.
Yeah, he was a bodybuilder, all that. I mean, and if you just look at him, just the size of his muscles and just the veins that pop out of his arms, and he's not even flexing. He could just be standing there, and these veins are just, ugh.
I totally agree. I'm going to put it this way to you. I think he was on them. I don't think he is now. I think when he was the rapper Cena, he was totally jacked.
Yeah.
You saw what happened to a guy like Chris Masters. Chris Masters, when he debuted, he was probably arguably the biggest guy in the company.
Yeah, and then when he went away and came back, he was substantially smaller.
I mean, he was, it looked like he didn't eat for 3 months.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, here comes Chris Masters. I agree with you. Triple H was another guy, although I don't think he's on it now.
No, I don't think he is anymore.
I think when he was the Game, he was pretty jacked up.
Yeah.
The Rock was never on roids there at that time, but now you wonder if Hollywood tests, because The Rock is just jacked. I've never seen The Rock in better shape.
Yeah, and he posts pictures on his Facebook all the time, pictures of him working out and all that, and just seeing him lifting these massive weights, it makes you feel like less of a man.
Yeah, I mean, The Rock is absolutely just jacked. He has never been in the shape that he's in now. In WWE, since you go back to Hogan actually, I give him credit, he came out and admitted he was on roids, and back in the 80s...
Yeah, that was back in the 80s when they really didn't care.
Everybody was. I mean, Rick Rude, good God.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy, whatever. But Ultimate Warrior, you would go on and on and on and on. Jeff Hardy was never on roids, but he had a lot of problems. He had
problems with other drugs.
Yeah, big time.
I mean, how much... He was caught with a ton of drugs in his house, and I think he got like 30 days in jail. Something like that.
It was a joke.
Yeah, it was a joke. He got a way less severe sentence than he should have. I mean, they busted him with possession for all of this, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of drug paraphernalia with intent to sell to minors. And he got off with basically a slap on the wrist.
Basically what CM Punk was cutting out of him when CM Punk was that heel, that was all true.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now, I'm all for second chances, but the problem is it's not a second chance.
The thing, Hardy had his second chance in WWE.
Yeah. My problem with TNA, look, if he's really changed, great. Okay, I'm not going to point a finger. We're not trying to point fingers at Jeff.
Yeah.
The thing is, do you really... Now, you even mentioned, and you're totally right, you mentioned it off the air today. He is over in TNA. If you watch Impact, you could tell the crowd pops heavy for Jeff Hardy. That has never left. Jeff still gets a major pop. I cannot say that they're pushing a guy that doesn't get a crowd reaction.
Yeah, I mean...
He does.
Yeah. But it's just
but at
the fact...
Time, you want to put the belt on a guy that has messed up before.
Yeah, I mean, last time he had the belt... No. Yeah. Last time he had the belt was that terrible match with Sting.
Yes.
That match where he showed up just blitzed out of his head.
That's exactly right.
And that's
what I was
actually now that I come to think about it, I don't remember if that was for the title. I don't remember if Sting was champion or if I don't remember.
It was for the title.
Yeah. If anybody can figure that out, let us know down in the comments if you remember that.
Yeah, if you want to even remember that. That match alone almost killed TNA.
Oh, yeah.
It really, honest to God, almost just destroyed TNA, that match.
How
nobody see, the guy he was obviously messed up. I mean,
why do
you send him to the ring?
Why did you keep him? If I was Dixie Carter or whoever it was over, I would have told him as soon as he got to the back, get your stuff and get out. You're done.
Yeah. Well, especially like a guy with you got guys at that time too, Flair, Hogan, Sting, these guys that have paid their due and been in the business. Can you imagine if Hogan showed up when he was a champion for WWE for Vince at WrestleMania and he was drunk or stoned out of his mind?
Jeez.
Or Flair, or God forbid, Sting. I mean, Sting, Sting is one of the most well-respected guys in the world.
Yeah.
Let alone can he still go at, he can still wrestle to a point, yes, but he's not what he once was.
No.
But for an icon like that, to get in the ring and show up like that is inexcusable.
Yeah, if I was Sting, I would have seen that as a tremendous slap to the face.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, to show up like that, and I think from all reports, Sting was very, very upset about it.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing it, and when he's walking up the ramp, he's just saying, "Yeah, I know, it's bullcrap."
Yep. Oh yeah, because the fans are chanting something else, and Sting agreed. I mean, he was absolutely pissed.
Yep.
And that's how the pay-per-view went off the air.
Yeah.
So imagine all those people that paid the $40 or whatever for their pay-per-view, and that happened. But
Stupid.
All that aside, I just can't understand. I mean, there's a lot of Jeff Hardy fans. We get it. We know it. Even if you take all the drugs and stuff out of the way of this whole mess, Austin Aries versus Jeff Hardy might be a decent match.
Yeah.
But I'm not hyped about it.
No, both TNA and WWE, I'm not hyped for a lot of their stuff anymore.
No, it's very tough to get. Although tonight, we're going to talk about Raw tomorrow.
Yeah.
But obviously, with Punk and Heyman, I'm interested, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing I want to know right now.
That's it. I mean, I want to see a promo tonight. Bret Hart supposedly is in Montreal.
Yeah, they're in Montreal where the screw job happened.
Yeah, so we're going to see a lot of Bret Hart and crap that happened 20 years ago. We're going to hear about it. I mean, do we really care anymore?
Hear about it again.
Again and again. But that's for tomorrow.
Yep.
We just gave you a nice little teaser there.
Yep. And we're running a bit long today.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy.
Let us know what you think. Yeah, let us know.
Jeff Hardy tends to do that to you.
Jeff.
You start getting mad.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your comments. Like Troy said, what do you think they should do with Jeff Hardy?
Do you think they should just let him go? Yeah, another shot at the belt, another title run.
Are you still a Jeff Hardy fan? Are you still hyped to see this guy?
Are you a creature? Are you a creature of the night?
Which is, by the way, a ripoff of Undertaker.
Yep.
Which I don't understand how Vince doesn't sue them for that, to be honest.
I don't think they trademarked that. But I did see a story, and I'm just going to touch on this real quick. Apparently, WWE trademarked XFL. After all these years of it being dead, they finally trademarked it. I don't know if they're trying to bring it back or what.
I don't think that's it. I honestly think they trademarked it just because they don't want anybody else to make fun of it.
Probably.
So they can make fun of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, that sounds really ridiculously stupid, but if you think about it, it's kind of smart.
It is. But anyways, we keep rattling on. We're running out of time here.
Yes, we will we'll have a Raw review tomorrow, and we'll try to sit through Raw the best I can. It's going to be hard because there's 2 Monday Night Football games on.
That and 3 hours is hard to get through.
Oh, especially if your boy Brodus Clay's out there tonight.
Oh, God.
I'll switch the channel. Faster than his hip shake.
Yeah.
We're getting out of here. We'll see you tomorrow on another installment of Outside the Ring.
Deuces.